Hi, welcome back to 1/6 Tank Workshop. In the last video I was applying some weathering techniques to the hull. That's pretty much done now. In this video I'll be looking at the tools and equipment to attach to the hull. I have some of these already made, but I'm still short of a few pieces, so those I'll have to make. But first of all, I'll show you what I've got so far. Here you can see some of the accessories I have ready. This is the jack that came with the kit. It's a combination of resin and metal parts, mainly resin. I think it comes from Armortek. So I've painted it up. It's using exactly the same techniques that was used for chipping and weathering the vehicle. So if you'd like to see more on that, just watch my previous video. Here we have C-hooks. I don't think these were included with the kit. I had to raid my bits box for those. Again, the spanners, these are mounted on the mudguard. They don't come with the kit either. This wrench did actually come with the kit. And here we have the kit supplied wire cutters. Again, I think it's an Armortek part. The originals of these, the handles were made from a combination of resin and paper. So they have a sort of a brownish appearance, something like Bakelite. We have a couple of pry bars. This is the smaller one. And also a larger one. Again, these didn't come with the kit. So I've made these from steel. And wetted them up as usual. Here we have an axe. I don't think there was any axe with the kit, maybe an Armortek one, but this is one I make myself. It's got a real wooden handle rather than white metal handle. And here we have a fire extinguisher. And I have the decal fitted for a Tetra fire extinguisher. These 6 pieces of track fit to the right hand side of the hull. I have a rack made to hold them, and I've painted and wetted them something similar to what I did for the main tracks on the vehicle. Painted them black, applied some pigments which are quite faint, old rust pigments, European dust. These are both from MIG. I've been fixing them using the matte lacquer, but it tends to blow a lot of it away. So it takes a few coats really to get it right. While reading Panzer tracts, I noticed that there were some drawings of sections to go between the shirtsen. It appears to keep the dust down. They fitted these planks to these brackets. So I've decided to add those as well. There should be a small front and rear plank. I didn't make the brackets for them, and I don't have any spare metal at the moment. So I've just added the 4 main planks on either side. So it's just a little extra detail. I haven't seen this on any of the museum Panzer IVs. I'll have a look next time. Moving on to the front hull mounted spare tracks. I've now fitted them to the brackets, but I noticed looking at some drawings that these were actually painted in camo colour rather than being left in their original state. So I've applied the camo to these. And here we have again the tracks fitted to the very front of the hull, with the camo applied. These tracks would have been used as a form of extra armour. The tracks on the side I want to keep in the regular track colour, as they'll be my spares just in case of any breakages. I'll now apply some pigments to these. The camouflage looks a bit fresh. So I'm applying some rust first of all. I'll fix these rust pigments with some thinners from the airbrush. I'm just letting it fall on as much as possible. It's already blowing. So I start off from quite a distance. Now I'm applying some of the European dust pigment. I'm just using air now from the airbrush to help dry it. And when this is completely dry, I'll seal everything fully with matte clear. The chrome coating on the track pins is showing through, so I'll take those out and spray them black. Now we see the fire extinguisher in place. Next, let's fit the C-hooks into their bracket. Again, this wasn't included with the kit. It's produced here in the workshop. Put the clamp down and secure with the wing nut. And that's that in place. For the next part, I've removed the Shurzen. You can see I have these planks fitted here. Now I'm fitting the spanners. Again, these didn't come with the kit. They were made in the workshop, along with the brackets. They're cast in white metal and the brackets are brass. The wing nuts on these are just single wing nuts. And now I'm fitting the wire cutters. Everything's tightly fitted in here, not much space to work with. Next, the small pry bar. For the jack block, I have to finish off making a strap to fit over this. So that's one of the jobs for this video. Again, these were made in the workshop. They didn't come with the kit. And they've got working clamps holding them in place. And next, we've got a second pry bar. And it just clips in place. I have the rubber mount fitted for the antenna. It's a flexible one. Again, this is an aftermarket part that didn't come from the kit. So I need to make an antenna to fit onto this. So that's the accessories fitted to this side of the vehicle. Now we're fitting the axe. So just undo the clamps. Spare track fittings fit onto this bracket. There's another bar on top, but first I'm going to fit the lower one. The lower tracks are fitted. Now just fit the upper ones. And that's the spare tracks fitted. And now another pry bar or wrench. Again, the brackets are made in the workshop. And that's secured in place. And now just working the jack into place. And now that's securely in place with the wing nuts. Sometimes the wing nuts are hard to get at. But that's secure now. For some more accessories, we'll add a jerry can. And why not a backpack as well? I'm sure the crew stashed all sorts of stuff in this area. I need to fit a shovel here, but I don't actually have a shovel yet. Armortek's produced them. One came with the kit, but I think I used it somewhere else, maybe on the Tiger. So that's something I need to pick up in the future. For the driver's viewport, I've made this clear polycarbonate block. This may enable me to fit maybe a camera behind, get some good driver footage. I've cut it to a fairly exact tolerance, so let's see how it goes in. It might need a little bit of force. It might need a lot of force. It's going in, but with the help of a block of wood, I'll knock it in the rest of the way. Here's the viewport optics added. It's clear enough that I can see what's inside the vehicle. So it should be possible to fit a camera in there at some stage. Here's another part, not part of the kit, but part I've made. It's a track puller. And it fits on just here. Here's the track puller in place. So what's left? Fitting an MG, the starter crank. I mentioned before that this vehicle was built by the Werk company. They were also known for fitting 3 track hangers on the rear. So that's another part I need to make. And then fit the tow cable. At some stage I'll probably make the tow hitch that fits here, but that'll come later. Here you can see one of the access hatches. These are made in the workshop. There's 2 similar but not the same hatches on the side of the lower hull. They could be a useful place for a switch or button of some kind. This box here was not part of the original kit. It was made in the workshop and it's functional. What came with the kit was just a rectangular piece of aluminium. Thanks for watching so far. Hope you're enjoying the video. If so, please remember to hit that subscribe button. The channel really needs your support by giving your subscriptions and also by watching my other videos. The company that built the vehicle that I'm working on would most likely have fitted 3 spare track links in these positions. So I've drilled my holes in the locations and now I'll show you the brackets I've made. So here are the brackets made in brass. There are 2 for each track link. So next thing to do, I'll be painting the track links similar to the ones on the side, and I'll also paint up these brackets. I'm just base coating in black. These old tracks is probably okay just to put on as they are, but if you have one of the newer kits they tend to be very shiny aluminium, so I really think you would need to base coat them. These ones you could get away with. Now I've restocked on my Vallejo black brown. It's a very useful colour to have for weathering. nice new Father's Day present. A new stand for my airbrushes. It enables me to have the compressor a lot further away, so much better for sound, hopefully, and just short connections to the airbrush. I also got a present of a new airbrush for very fine detail. I don't think I'll need this for 1/6 scale. It's a nice one to have. So I'm just applying some weathering to the tracks now, applying some rust pigments. And now I'm just drying them with air from the airbrush. If you want more pigment, just add a little bit more. It'll come out deeper second time. Now I'm drying them off with air from the airbrush. Next I want to apply some European dust. And dry with the airbrush. And as it's drying, you can see the pigments coming out, and you can add as much as you want. Because of where these are in the vehicle, I'll put a little bit more pigment on. Bit of colour variation, I'm going to add another rust pigment. This one is called Standard Rust. It's a lighter shade of rust. And that should be enough pigment. Once this pigment is fully dry, I'll put a coat of matte clear. Matte clear will be the final seal. So that's the tracks wetted. Now I have my hangers, so I'm first going to give them a coat of red primer, red-brown primer. This is the Vallejo red primer. Everything now has a nice coat of red primer. Now I'm going to start to apply the base colours. Some of the track hangers are in the area that's camo green and the other one brown, so I'll paint it appropriately. So here the rear track hold is finally fitted. And you have working hinged catches. The tow cable fits on here, but the cable supplied, it's very heavy, not very flexible, so I'm going to leave it in vinegar for a few days and see if that'll soften it up a bit, make it more pliable. It'll also put a natural wear effect on it. A shiny zinc coating, it's hard to take paint, so this will put a natural wetted effect on the cable. So we'll have a look back in a few days and see how that goes. To the front of the vehicle I've now fitted the ball mount MG, and finally the jack block is in place. So now that's the hull finally complete. So in the next video we'll finally start getting to work on the turret. So that's it for this video. That's all the tools and accessories fitted to the lower hull. In the next video I'll finally get on to starting on the turret. So stay subscribed, there'll be more videos soon. Thanks for watching. I'll put up some videos here and here at the end and some photographs. See you again soon.